Alright, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, there we are trying just to mop up um, uh, after our last miserable failure. I probably shouldn't be too harsh on myself like this, but things like this happen really. Uh, I don't know what was it, but I know what it was, but bombs definitely were crooked. Now, it was probably the G's I pulled. I might have damaged something with the bombs. That's definitely an option while shooting those MiGs. Now, anyway, this thing doesn't matter right now. What we have here over here in the coastal cities is something very interesting. Those infantry and mechanized infantry battalions that have moved south. And I say moved south because they were actually over here on the border, and from the border they have actually moved south. So the 22nd Squadron of Falcons are also getting some sorties over here in this area, so they can keep those guys at bay while we move to the border. Now these guys have moved south. I don't know why that is. Probably they have taken some casualties there, but instead of moving east towards Bosnia, and towards Serbia, they actually moved south over there, which means they're gonna regroup with those guys over here that were already at. This is the city of Zadar or Zadar. I don't know exactly. So the Zadar area, it's gonna house a lot of infantry, and they're gonna be licking their wounds, undoubtedly. We have to be extremely cautious of that. We somewhere, midway from the border in the Zadar region, are extra armor battalions and two more infantry battalions. And those guys, if they show status below maximum, and there we go, they are in full supply. Their morale is still high. They have 16 main battle tanks and 6 BMPs, 2 artillery self-propelled howitzers, and some supply vehicles. And so they are a little bit, they've taken a little bit hits. So they're probably taking orders to retreat from this border region. This is of course very good moment for us just to cut through this front line, because as you can see the front line is actually shaping up on three pretty distinct points there. Those are the key points of the whole front line. They are now the first key points, starting from north to south. This over here to the north. This is what we're going to be focusing on. This is where we're going to be hitting. We have a bunch of spec ops, a bunch of infantry, and we have some armor elements mixed up over here in this northern area in Croatia. This is where I'm going to be trying to muster. Now the second point is right over here in the Bosnian border. Even though we have caused, I would like to, yeah, I would consider this a moderate to heavy damage on the enemy of positions over here on the Bosnian border. So some of the, as a consequence to that, some of the enemy troops are actually moving, either retreating towards the east or moving south just to regroup and reinforce the southern section. So this middle section over here on the border is another key point. And the next key point is over here to the south, right on the coastline, Zadar city, where it's shaping up to be quite a fight there. So you can kind of see the importance of what we did earlier, actually cleaning the Adriatic fleet, and by doing so, we actually managed to free up our right flank. So if we had ships there, they could have provided support over here to the Zadar defenders, and they could have shot over here at Blue Forces positions. Uh, Again, it's highly questionable they would actually do this in Falcon, because those are the OSA patrol boats. They have some sort of anti-ship capability. They have some short-range AAA capability. I don't think they have guns, but anyway, this is certainly a consideration that would I would like to think that's what a military tactician would do. Actually, clear this Adriatic fleet here, just to make it a little bit safer for his or her guys. Uh, so something pretty crucial with it. This right from the get-go of this campaign, all those Tasmo fights are now paying off. So these are the three, really the three key points on the whole front. And really, if we are able to, break through on any of those key points, we should be able to start maneuvering and start engulfing enemy, which is going to maximize our tactical advantage. As far as friendly troops are positioned, as you can see, we over here at Zagreb, we have managed to in place a good number of friendlies, and those friendlies are in position. They are in full supply. They have their hold position or hold the city essentially orders, and they're waiting for the for airstrikes to do their job, and I'm gonna be letting those guys move. As you can see, they have three axes of advance over here, region wise, because they have those highways over here. They won't even, ideally, they won't even have to cross any bridges. Probably they have to cross a bridge over here, but really, ideally, they should be moving on pretty well, built infrastructure. They should be moving on paved roads, and we should make pretty quick advance over here on those infantry guys. And really, what's the beauty of those sensors we have in cockpit, the TGP in general, is we can constantly feed information on the ground, and we can actually feed pictures, and we can show actually those troops on the ground what they might be up against and what we're looking at. So they know what the tactical situation is with a greater degree of clarity. And this is pretty much it. So the 22nd and the 225th are working full bore on the enemy front line of troops. So hopefully we can start actually capturing some ground soon enough. We also, just a quick mention over here. This cluster of red guys just came in as intel recently over here on the coastline, and this is one of our objectives. If I'm not mistaken, is the Split city, one of the main really Croatian cities that we have to take. So pretty important, and I actually promised you guys that we're going to be keeping an eye on this infantry battalion here. Those are probably peacekeepers. So I'm going to try to wiggle those guys around, move those guys around, just so we can have some blue areas there. I can actually unlock him. It's a recon squad. Probably, I don't know what it is. Probably 3 Humvees. Yeah, 3 Humvees with a tow. Those are commandos. Yeah, those are commandos working the back lines there of the enemy. I'm gonna move those guys around, let them recon here if they see anything wrong. Hopefully we can arrange some kind of pickup over here on the coastline or something like that. Just like to keep as many of my guys as possible alive. Yeah, so this is pretty much it. So we're taking the Hornet into the air one more time, and this time I'm not taking any chances with those GBUs until they get thoroughly tested, checked, and the weapon personnel is actually sure they are functional and working order. And I'm taking J's house, so I'm hoping that the enemy is keeping the same formation I saw him in last time. So I'm taking those 8 to J's house, and I'm just going for a major splash over here in this region. So let's go ahead and make a quick attack of this one. Just save it.
Ready for departure.
Alright, there we are.
Serpent 2-1, ready for departure.
We're taking
Stud 1-1, taxi, runway 12.
we have a good jet.
Serpent 2-1, taxi, runway 12. Stud 1-2, taxi, runway 12.
And we're rolling.
Serpent 2-1, you are cleared for takeoff,
NOS
runway
is
12.
off. Rudder authorities, what we have right now. And we start a very gentle pull. Don't want to over pull there. And definitely don't want to overspeed. Gear goes up. Speed goes up. Gears retracted. Flaps are retracted. We start shooting rounds of dolly. We have good hammocks, and we have the growl. We have dark pipe mode. Playing happy with that. With references steer 5-2s up. We're nice down the pattern, just straight in towards the east, southeast. Just about 84 miles to target to actually go ahead and start spooling up DJ's house. We go nice and zeroed in over here, steer 5. We're not carrying the targeting pod in this run. But we shouldn't need it really. Oh, we have pretty good coverage there in AOX. And remember, we have this Adriatic region clear, so we can actually start moving just a little bit, AOX just a little bit towards the north, so we can cover this northern region.
Resume on navigation.
We can evenly start threading just a little bit into Slovenia as far as AOX coverage goes. Just about 200 miles.
Serpent
So
2-2, resume on navigation. 2 in position.
So we can have good coverage. We're
Stud
keeping
1-1,
plenty of
you are
speed
cleared
there.
for takeoff, runway 12.
We're keeping plenty of speed. And speaking of AWACS, we should be picking up AWACS right at this point.
Station 3-1.
There we go.
Chalice 2, radar contact bullseye. 090, 25 miles, 24,000.
Alright, pretty cool. Now,
Chalice 2, be advised.
we're going to uniform 3. Now, basically, how you set the numbers of those frequencies, what frequencies you assign to your uniform in your victor rates is entirely up to you. Generally, this is going to be synchronized during briefing for the flight and for per flight, per package basis. But really, I'm flying here by myself actually, and AI doesn't mind me just picking the numbers that I like. I'm keeping those low numbers, just easy to remember, and keeping everything nice and neatly organized. I'm gonna start throwing some bingo data over here. Actually, some Joker data. I'm gonna start feeding in some pictures.
Sting 3-1, Chalice 2, picture clear.
We have clear pictures, it's good. we have one contact. There's just 35
Sting
miles,
3, Challenge
17,000.
2. Be advised, threat aircraft bearing 145, 35 miles, 16,000.
Alrighty.
Sting
That might be
3,
him.
1, Challenge 2. Contact confirmed hostile.
Okay, so I want to get into a slightly better position there because it's not exactly hot, but he's rather flanking. He's flanking towards the northwest. So
Sting 3-2. Request permission to engage.
that's a negative. That's a negative. Stay formation and ideally lock this guy up. Just paint him and keep track of him. And this is a perfect example, really, of what the enemy might do. It might provoke you in some way, to provoke some actions from you. You know, he might not necessarily engage you every time, but he's certainly gonna do something. As you can see now, we're just moving into the dynamic launch zone, and I can see the seater, the gallop. Now we can actually use a little bit more.
2. Be advised, threat aircraft bearing 160, 20 miles, 17,000.
20 miles is exactly what I have there. We can actually
Sting 3-1, Challenge 2. Contact confirmed hostile. ID is Gallop.
okay, I believe he just got splashed. I just saw a flash there. So we either got hit. Or he's beaming actually, and we dropped lock on him. So we're just walking into range. It's just about 45 miles from target. I'm gonna check up on my weaponry. Okay, all HA styles are ready, and we're keeping those pictures in there.
Sting 3-1, Challenge 2. Picture is multiple groups. Nearest bandit bearing 115, 50 miles, 17,000.
Alrighty, 50 miles over here to the left. This guy got splashed, as I suspected. As you can see, we have some Patriot coverage, and we also have some.
Challenge 2. Be advised, threat aircraft bearing 120, 35 miles, 17,000.
120. Alrighty, yeah, it's just about on the nose, right there. And we also have friendly Hornets operating in the same area, so we are good. This is something that my number 2 should take a look at.
Sting 3-1, Challenge 2. Contact is a bogey.
Alright, so I'm waiting to loosen these guys over here. I'm also keeping one FCR track. I'm gonna mark him right here. Come on. There we go. And nice and dandy. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing any distinct troop formations. Now this might be.
3, Challenge 2. Be advised, threat aircraft bearing 120, 20 miles, 17,000.
Alright, 120. Just want to take a quick look at those guys. 20 miles. This could be our prime candidate for.
Sting 3-1, Challenge 2. Contact confirmed hostile.
Oh yeah, baby. That's one Fox away. And I pretty much dropped lock on him, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem. As you can see, he's defensive, so we have some air activity definitely there over target, and there should be a splash there. Come on, one good splash, and the other guy, I'm looking him up as well.
Sting 3-1, Challenge 2. Contact confirmed hostile.
And that's going to be one more Fox. Now I can trade some speed over here for altitude.
Challenge 2. Be advised, threat aircraft.
I want to make sure not there. We're over Zagreb now, and we also want to make sure we keep our game sharp. Oh, that's one more gallop. It would appear.
Bruiser.
Sting 3-1, Chalice 2, contact.
Bruiser.
It's yeah, it's definitely hostile. It's gonna be Fox 2, or probably the
Bruiser.
SU-25. Uh,
2.
okay, so two's hard at work, which is good, and we have Splash
Fox
over
2.
there.
Sting 3-1. Engaging. Bearing 085. 5 miles. 2. Engage
Okay,
defensive.
I don't like this.
Cat flare.
And it's another splash there. 29s are happy to announce their presence. And so I'm gonna move a little bit to the north.
Altitude.
Chalice 2, be advised, threat aircraft
All right.
150, 15 miles, 21,000.
This is something definitely I don't want to do. I don't want to be trapped cat 3 over over here with those gallops. That should be him definitely. So I can actually pull up to get a beat on those guys. This could be my number 2 right behind him, so I want to be extra careful. That's going to be a Fox 2.
Flare.
I want to turn, manipulate your throttle over here, get in away. That's a good splash there, and go north. Go rejoin. Oh, my number 2 should be over here
Sting
to the right.
3-2. On my way.
And also call a picture.
Sting 3-1, Chalice.
Sting 3-2. Weapons on target.
And good,
Sting
very good.
3-2. Good hit.
Alrighty. Plenty happy with what 2 did, because I wasn't
Sting
able to do that.
3-2. Direct hit.
Sting 3, Chalice 2.
Sting 3-2. Weapons on target.
I can
Sting
switch.
3-2. Weapons on target.
Alright. Pretty good. Pretty good effects on target. It would appear, and that's a Falcon shooting at somebody. Shooting at somebody. It's gonna get a hit. Get a hit. Come on, come on. Yeah, that's a splash. Good boy. Now, basically, what's left for me is
Sting
actually to
3-2. On my
RTB,
way.
pick some more weapons, and get back out here because I wasn't able to shoot at ground targets. I would like to think that I shot 4 bandits, and yeah, 4 bandits what I got. Alright, that's another little screw up there. Yeah, so 4 missiles expanded, 4 bandits down. So at least we know we should probably pick another Hornet pair as an escort to us. Other than that,
Sting 3, Chalice 2. Be advised, threat aircraft bearing 130, 35 miles, 19,000.
alright, 35, I like that. So other than that, pretty screwed up advance there, because I had to drop all those ordnance just into the dirt. But yeah, that would definitely happen sometime. That will definitely happen sometimes, and this is how campaigns go. Now, I'm gonna load this thing up, get back into the air. I'm either gonna film this, or I'm actually gonna skip this, just so it's not too boring there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's see what we did on the map. Right, there we are. Yes, as expected, pretty decent scores. There was 2 hitter hits. Both those actually damaged the gallops. So it's kind of weird. And also both gallops destroyed with slammers. Now 2 managed somehow to score a miss on his heater, and he also managed to indicate 5 hits out of 8 on his J-Sows, and he racked up pretty decent score here, 71 kills. So it pretty much made up for my absence from air to ground action. Very pleased with that. So I'm gonna keep this thing going, this thing with the Hornets here, and as you can see, the enemy force over here is pretty much brought down to probably I would say four infantry battalions over here, some of which I highly doubt are at full morale or supply. As you can see, they're pretty worn down. This one is almost at a third of its strength, doing very good progress. And you can also see that the border over here is clear. That's the first time uh, for uh, actually in the last 24 hours from the start of this campaign, probably a little less than 24 hours, that I've seen this border clear. So this is a clear indication that we are making some good progress. Now, as you can see, we managed to free this center key portion over here in the front. So I'm going to start placing my troops there. And the way I see it, actually, we're going to be able to not only flank these northern troops there, northern enemy formations there, but in the ideal case scenario, we're going to be able to flank the southern guys as well, which is essentially going to have our time required to complete those initial objectives, taking of those border towns. So very happy with this one. So it really paid off, all the hard work that we did, you know, bombing over here this Bosnian border. Uh, Troop concentrations. I'm very happy with this one. So I'm going to start. I'm going to be moving some troops around and fragging some flights. Remember, I managed 2 squadrons. I know probably I should concentrate on a single squadron and moving troops around rather than um, managing 2 squadrons and not doing a great job of it. I'm going to see how it goes. I'm going to keep you guys updated on friendly troops movement and enemy troops movement. And hopefully we can wrap this thing up in pretty amazing record times. See how it goes.